Welcome to the video. This is another mixed media do-it-yourself project making faux mini corn ears that are green or the dried versions for display. Here are some supplies and materials used for the project. They're also listed below in the description box, and how I use them are shown throughout the video. This is a 1/12 scale version. No clay is used in this project. The corn kernels are microbeads or mini nail ball beads or caviar or no-hole style. They're approximately the size of a salt or sugar granule or a pencil dot, maybe 0.1 to 0.2 millimeters. I'm using clear, but you could use white, yellow, or maybe some other colors you have on hand because they will be painted in the end. Here is a size comparison picture showing pony beads and then a seed bead. To make the corn cob, I glue a paper strip around a toothpick and then I cut it. First, I cut a piece of paper, regular copy paper, 20 pound, 4.5 by 5/8 of an inch piece. I don't glue the paper to the toothpick right now. I just kind of use it so you can slide it because I'm going to slide it to the end. So to glue the paper to itself and then start to twirl around and around. And I add little bits of glue and I'm trying to roll tightly. I'm actually fast forwarding this little section here, but it looks like I'm going in slow motion, so I did take my time. Once you get to the end of the paper, add a little dab of glue and press it to the other side of the paper. Add some glue to the end of the toothpick and then slide the paper down. With your craft knife, cut the excess or the extra wood pieces of the toothpick off to the paper edges. Repeat the process to make as many corn cobs as you'd like. And then I like to add a little sewing pin or a quilter sewing pin and stick it at the untapered end, if you have an untapered end or whatever end. That way I can get a hold of the corn cob when I'm going to add the kernels. It'll just make it a lot easier. About 10 years ago, I tried to make a corn cob out of clay and then tried to glue beads or whatever onto it, but it didn't hold. So that's why I'm using the paper. I'm hoping that this will hold a lot better. Okay, the next step is to add the microbeads or the faux kernels or seeds to the corn cobs. I am using 2 small paper plates. One of them I have the microbeads poured out into, and I'm going to switch them back and forth after I apply glue all the way around the corn cob. The ear of corn will be about 3/4 to an inch long. You can vary it in sizes. And when I glue this, I'm trying to make sure I get it kind of thick enough, not too thick, because I'm going to put those micro beads on it. I'm going to tip one plate on top of the other and then just kind of go around. And then I'll take my fingers and gently kind of press it into place. Now, corn has anywhere from 500 to 1,200 kernels on each ear, or about 800 is the average, with even rows of the kernels, about 16, and that's about what this comes out to just by doing this random gluing and placing the little microbeads on there. I had a little spot there that looked like it needed some more microbeads, so I stuck it on there, and now I'm going to press all those beads into place while the glue is still tacky. Now I also chose a paper plate that is not white or clear. This way I can see it, and it's made out of paper so I can bend it so I can put the microbeads back and forth. So this is a gold colored plate, and that way I can see the clear microbeads a lot easier. And then repeat the gluing and the adding of the microbeads to all the little corn cobs that you have made. And then let dry. I let the corn cobs with those kernels dry for a couple of hours. Then I chose a couple of different yellows, a canary yellow and a king's gold yellow, mixed them together to put a base coat on all the microbeads. You may have to do a second coat. After you have all the corn cobs painted, let them dry a bit. Of course, I had to try it to see if I could just mix some plain microbeads into the acrylic paint to see if it would look like regular cut corn. And I put it on a little plate. I think it does look good. It could be put in a canning jar too. And here I've put some corn cobs on a platter, and then I've cut some in smaller pieces that you could put into like a shrimp boil. I also wanted to have multicolored corn for fall decorating. So I took a little plastic cap and put a few different colors, and then I was looking online at some of the Indian corn. I guess they call it calico corn or flint corn. And I use a toothpick and just apply to a few kernels. And just turning it around and randomly placing the different colors on. While that dries, I'm going to make the leaves or the husk for the corn. I'm going to use kind of a tanny color for the dried corn, and then I'll use the green for the sweet corn. For each ear of corn, I'll need 6 to 8 leaves. I cut them in an oval elliptical shape, and I want it to be a 1/2 inch to 1/4 of an inch longer than the actual corn cob is. You can use pre-colored paper, and if you don't have any paper the color of tan or green, then just go ahead and paint both sides and let that dry. Once I have the leaves cut out, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to use some color pencils, the browns, the tans, yellows, and greens, and make vertical lines on both sides, front and back, just to kind of give it a little bit more depth. And once I do that, then I'm going to take the ball stylus and press it into a mat and vertically kind of pinch it in half to give it a little more texture. And just gently press each leaf into the foam mat, just up and down vertical slices, and then pinch them in half. I'm using 6 on these corn ears. And you can see at the top I have a dried one and a green one that I've already attached the glue to. So I'm going to glue 2 sets of opposing leaves. So 2 to each other, glue in the middle. And then once I'll have 3 sets now. And I'm going to make like a little star pattern so that they all kind of go around and there's a centerpiece. And there I go. And if you used 8, then you would just divvy that up around too. It just seems like it was easier for me to glue the pieces together like that before I place the corn on top of it. And repeat the process for however many sets of leaves that you need to cover on the corn cobs. And let those little star leaf husks dry for a little bit. Once they've dried, then go ahead and add your corn cobs to the top center. Just placing it on there, and you may have to hold it for a few seconds so it doesn't tip over until it gets tacky. So I'm showing a dried one on the left-hand side and a sweet corn one on the right-hand side. I just kind of hang on to it for a second, and hopefully it doesn't tip over, and then I let it dry. Next, I take each leaf and I'll pull it down to cover the corn. And I just kind of push it down and then kind of shape it, kind of bend it, kind of pinch it, and twirl it around so that it looks like this is a dried ear of corn with a husk around it. And then I'll do the same thing for the green. And then I repeat that bending process to the green corn ears. An option that you can add to the corn ears is to add the little silks. I'm going to use embroidery floss. You could also use brown. Sometimes they look like a rust color or brown color, a green, a white, a yellow, and those are the embroidery flosses that I have used. Cut 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch of each embroidery floss and then glue it to the tip of the corn. Real corn or maize actually has a silk attached to every single kernel. It has to be pollinated so it grows. Another option you could do is add a little stem piece to the end of the corn husk, 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch. Leave it tan or paint it green. Another option is a corn stalk. I'm actually using part of a faux plant, a regular size, repurposed for a mini plant. And I cut off the little leaves. It measures about 5.5 inches that I got from a craft store. I don't know which one, a while ago. And then I painted, they came in the green, but I painted it that tan color to make it look like it was dried out. Each corn stalk has 2 kinds of flowers, one on the top called a tassel, and one that's about the middle that's called an ear shoot. And that's another option I'm going to make. I'm going to make both of those flowers. So first with the ear shoot, I'm just going to take some leaves, the regular leaves, and about 1¼ inch, and I'm going to wrap it around a toothpick of about 1 inch. And then I'm going to put some silk embroidery floss around it and glue it and then twirl it around. So the ear shoot is about 1¼ inch in length, and it's about 1/8 of a diameter compared to the mini corn ear that's 3/4 to 1 inch in length, and that's about 3/16 of a diameter. I think it's kind of interesting that these two different flowers on each of the corn stalk are dependent upon the wind, I think, for the tassel to drop the little pollen that has to land on each one of those little silks, or else that little piece of corn or the kernel is not going to grow. So it has a range of up to 1,200 pieces of kernel on the average corn. Repeat the process to make as many ear shoots that you need for each stalk of corn. So these corn ear shoots are the beginning of the ear corn before it has time to grow. After the embroidery floss has dried at the end of the ear shoot, I'm taking a quilting pin and I'm kind of fraying out that embroidery floss. The second flower and another option is the tassel on the top of the corn stalk. And you can use the tans or the greens for the top of it. I'm going to use embroidery floss, and this time I'm going to break up the 6 strands, and there'll be a tall tassel right in the middle. I'm going to make that about an inch or so, and then I'll cut little pieces and then I'll glue it off to the side. And then once that dries, then I'll lift it up and glue it to the top of my corn stalk, and then I'll add some more side pieces so it makes it more 3D. So I do the tan, and then for the green flowers, you can see I'm sticking the shoots on the side where they would go, about in the middle, and then the tassel. So the corn stalk is actually sideways, so it would fit in the picture here. And that's where you could put your corn. And so that's the more, it's still immature corn, but it's the larger corn from the ear shoot. So I did take some green, different shades of green, to paint this faux regular size plant branch, and I also use it in tan too. So I did the green and the tan. I can't really tell the green too much, but I did do a little bit. I really like this project. I can't wait to make the garden and to do some fall projects with the ear corn. I hope you like this video and are inspired to make a mini corn ear too. Thank you so much for watching and sharing.